Now it's time for the Rob Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Yo. What is up? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rob Johnson Sports Show. Again, you know me. My name is Rob Johnson. Please like, share, and help us grow. Tonight features Mr. Larry Patterson from Game Time 365 Sports. Once again, Larry, let the world know how you feeling, sir. Let the world know how you feeling.
What's up, Rob? Another episode.
What's up, Sammy Sosa? What's up, Sammy Sosa? If y'all know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking to. You Sammy Sosa looking bitch. Anyway, go ahead. How you doing, brother?
What's up, everybody? What's up to all the sports lovers, haters, addicts, and fanatics?
Happy Easter. Happy
Easter.
And don't talk ill on people on Easter.
I feel what you hype for.
Hey, yo, the Easter Bunny visit you today?
If that's what you want to say.
Hey, I seen the Easter Bunny, but I took the bat to him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I can't wait for that.
The pinata. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are live once again, episode 45 of the Rob Johnson Sports Show. We're going to get to our top 10, but first, before we get there, let's talk about. Wait a minute, I'm getting a signal. She's ghetto. She's hood. She's ratchet. She's. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Angel Reese. Larry, we know Iowa plays LSU. We know we're going to get into our top 10 in a second, but we know LSU plays Iowa tomorrow. You know that you got half of the country wants LSU to win. The other half wants Iowa to win. You know.
You talk about that?
I mean, listen.
I think a good portion of most portion of the country wants Iowa to win, and then you got the other half of the portion of the country that wants LSU to win. We know what side we're on.
Oh, but, okay, I got you. So, Flau'jae Johnson, her dad, who was unfortunately murdered back in the early 2000s, he was a rapper himself. It was like his daughter. But it's not everybody that's like us that wants LSU to lose. There's people out there that was like us who, like guys like us who, they want LSU to go down. And, it's unfortunate, because, when they go in the offices on Mondays and Tuesdays, they go around their coworkers and they're like, oh, how am I going to talk about this LSU game? Oh, that Angel Reese and Cha-Cha Thug. And I can't say how I really feel because I'm making $35,000 a year. They gave me a company car, a Toyota Corolla, and I'm feeling good about life. So no offense to Toyota Corollas, but I mean, hey man, listen. Let me get serious. Well, I am being serious. Tell me how you feel about this whole thing about it coming all the way back around again, where the tension is so high between LSU and Iowa. And if people think by this time it's not racially motivated, God damn it, it's racially motivated. Stop lying.
And it's a damn shame that Angel Reese had to go on a press conference and say that, they don't hate each other, which, I mean, why can't it just be about a competitive nature between two teams? You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be a big time matchup tomorrow. It's going to be a movie. The popcorn is going to be set. I think this is a matchup that this is a matchup that a lot of people wanted, and I'm here for it.
I mean, so what do you think about the people who don't like Angel Reese? They say she's hood, she's ghetto. Listen, I think the other day she kind of went a little bit overboard when it came to talking to the coach because she could have gotten her team a technical foul. Luckily, she didn't. But what do you feel, man? Like, what do you think about the people who just want to keep going in on Angel Reese? I mean, listen, it's you can critique all you want to, but some of the things are kind of overboard,
And just haters, man. Sometimes you just got haters out there. You don't want those haters. Just do not want to see Angel Reese win. That LSU team win. And think about how historic it'll be if that team went to the national championship game and won the thing again.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to see that. You already touched on it. How they think that they're ghetto. I think people Also don't like how Flage was, how she's so competitive and how she's so passionate about the game and about winning and it's I guess it's their own way of doing it. And why can't they celebrate their own way of doing it? Everybody else is doing it their own way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, most definitely, and I want to read something from a guy. I'm not going to say his person's name. You may occasionally tonight I'm going to say a guy. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not giving him any fruition. But I'm going to say a guy.
the Sammy Sosa dude you was talking about?
Yeah, this guy says Angel Reese is ghetto and has no class. Unfortunately, our black society is under the impression the end justifies the means, which is actually how Caucasians powers above want us to behave. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing that everybody needs to understand. And Mr. Larry, we're about to go off tonight. This is what pisses me off more than anything, right? I keep hearing about all this ghetto societies and all this other stuff, right? You remember about 20 years ago when rap music was revered? I mean, not revered, but people just hated it. Society said it was so bad, rap music, this and that. Every time you watch a commercial, Larry, what do you hear? Can you explain me? What do you hear?
Rap music.
What two artists were just at the Super Bowl a few years ago? Would that be Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre? Oh, right, the same Dr. Dre who they said hit a woman. The Snoop Dogg who rolls with 20s. I can't say the words because that's illegal. I can't implement nobody. But he's what? 10, 20, 5, 10, 20. Oh yeah, do your research. You understand what I'm saying? The dude who's always wearing a certain color, he's probably one of the big reasons that kids wear the little colors pants and shirts. That's pretty ghetto. That's the hood. But here's the thing, and the thing that pisses me off the most, Larry, there are a lot of people who don't look like me and you who are from the hood themselves. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's like when I hear people say ghetto, I think if they said ghetto for all, I would understand. But I think sometimes, Larry, they mean ghetto for one. It's like when you look at the statistics for food stamps when they put it on TV. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I'm just going off what Mr. Ghetto was saying here. I'm going to call him Mr. Ghetto. Mr. De Ghetto. You remember from Fresh Prince? Mr. De Ghetto.
Raphael De La Ghetto.
Raphael De La Ghetto. Brother. See, mostly you have people who are on other sides who take food stamps. But when you watch TV, you see mostly people like us. But that's not the statistics. It's not true. Yes, is there crabs in the barrel mentality? Do we have things we need to fix in our own community? Yes, we do. But at the same time, I keep seeing the culture of Black people being exploited, but then it's called ghetto when it doesn't benefit certain folks, even in their own community. That's so messed up.
It's crazy.
And another thing, the Boondocks don't get credit for predictions, but the Simpsons always do. Racism.
Yeah, racism in our own race.
It happens all the time, and that's what I'm saying. But listen, there's a difference between, and I know we're getting a little deep here. It's a difference between calling it out.
Stick to sports.
Yeah, stick to sports. It's a difference between calling it out when it needs to be called out, and just calling it out when you're when you're feeling a little froggy. So, Mr. Ghetto Raphael, I'm not gonna say his name. I'm really not gonna give the guy the time of day, but it's just statements like that. And listen, you can criticize Angel Reese. I have no problem with that. But it's like, man, you look at Caitlin Clark. I like Caitlin Clark. I really do. I think she's gonna be really good player in WNBA. But you mean to tell me women's basketball wasn't popping before Caitlin Clark? You mean to tell me that the media really didn't make her their media darling? Because look at Breanna Stewart. Breanna Stewart's white.
Yep.
She's white. You mean to tell me you couldn't market around her? What's so special about Caitlin Clark? Is it because Stephen A. Smith talks about it every 5 minutes? Mm. You mean to tell me women's basketball didn't exist for the last 40, 50, 60, how many years?
Come on, man. Now it's getting a real big buzz.
All of a sudden. But Breanna Stewart won 4 championships? 4 championships. Yeah. Last I checked, Cheryl Sweet took Texas Tech to the national championship and won. Just keeping it real. Anyway,
what are your predictions for that game?
I have LSU winning because they're bigger, more physical, and I think that I really think that that they've shown a lot of vulnerabilities. Iowa has, but I think LSU is battle tested in the SEC. The SEC is tough. They had to go past South Carolina a few times, so yeah, man, it's gonna be difficult. But
Um,
yeah,
let me give predictions for stat lines. I know you probably don't like that, but
no, no. Do
what's
you
the
think?
stat
Do you think? Do you think? Do you
stat
think?
stat line for Caitlin Clark? What do you got?
I give her about 30, 10, and 5.
Flau'jae Johnson.
36, 5 and 2.
36.
Yeah, she's gonna go off tomorrow night.
She's been having a wonderful tournament so far.
Oh,
So
she's gonna go off tomorrow night.
what about Reese?
Mm, I think she'll have close to a triple double. She'll probably have maybe 18 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists at the least.
Okay.
At the least. Yep. So let's go to our first. Let's go to our one of our real topics of the night, the NFL draft. We're gonna start with yours, and I'm gonna do mine. But mine is I'm just gonna show the teams, and I'm gonna give the names. Tell me who you're gonna do. Tell me who. Tell me about. Tell me your picks. Well, I got your picks 2 by 2. So the first 2 picks are the Bears and the Commanders. Let's see who Larry picked. Ooh, Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. That's 1 and 2. Let's go to 3 and 4. Drake May and Marvin Harrison Jr. That's interesting. Number 6 and 7, JJ McCarthy and Joe Alt. JJ McCarthy, huh, buddy? Okay.
Yeah, I believe you put the wrong one up.
Oh, which
But
one? Oh, my bad. You know, I missed Malik. My bad. I missed Malik. I'm sorry. My bad. I missed Malik. I forgive me on that.
remember I had JJ. I had switched it up, so I had sent you a whole another one. Remember, I had JJ going 8th with the
Oh,
foul. But I can go ahead and explain it pretty much.
okay. You sent
So
me. You did send me another one. Damn it. Um, damn it. You did send me another one. Son of a bitch.
so I think I can remember it. But
Oh, you
first
know what? You
overall, I
know
got
what?
Caleb
I
Williams.
got you. Okay, so let me read off. My bad. I'm sorry about that. What the hell was I thinking? So number 1, you had Caleb Williams to the Bears. Then you had Jaden Daniels to the Commanders. Drake May to the Patriots. Malik Neighbors to the Cardinals. Marvin Harrison to the Chargers. Then you have Brock Bowers to the Giants. Joe Alt to the uh, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You had J.J. McCarthy to the Vikings in the trade, and then you had Roma Dunze to the Bears, and then you had Olu Fashanu, offensive tackle to Penn State, that going to the Jets, which would be an absolute steal. So
Yeah. I feel like of course, I mean, you never know what's going to happen with this with these draft picks. But I feel like with
Drake May, really, you got Drake May going 3rd.
somebody's got to take
Are
him.
you fucking kidding me? Are you
Somebody's got
fucking
to take
kidding
him.
me? Man, look, man. But then you
What do
got
you think he's
Malik.
going
But then
second?
you got Malik Neighbors going. Listen, the Chargers. I don't think they're picking a wide receiver. I think the Chargers want to see what they can get out. I think they're going to try to get from under their quarterback sooner rather than later. I've been telling you that, and I've been consistent with that. I think Jim Harbaugh. You know what? Let me throw a monkey wrench in here, right? What if Jim Harbaugh did the unthinkable? And you know what I'm talking about. What if Jim Harbaugh did the unthinkable?
What's the unthinkable?
What if he drafted J.J. McCarthy at 5? What if he did some? What if he did some craziness like that? I'm serious. Listen to me. Listen to
I
me.
mean, I'm not doubting him off of it.
Yeah. But listen though. Here's the crazy part. I've been thinking about this for the last week, right? Something's going on. Something's not right. You got teams like the Cowboys, the Commanders. You got teams like the Patriots saying, "Oh, we're just going to sell on this quarterback." Or we got other teams saying, "We're going to sell on this quarterback." What do they know that we don't know? Are the Chargers really happy with Justin Herbert? Do we know that would somebody take on a Justin Herbert contract? If you're the Commanders with all that cap space, if you're the Patriots with all that cap space, would you take on and would you send a haul to Los Angeles for Justin Herbert?
You damn right they would.
But that's what I'm saying. Something's going on, man. Something's not right. I'm telling you. If you really analyze the market, something's not right. Like it just don't feel right. It feel like I'm not saying it's gonna happen draft night, but I'm just saying if with not 2024, but going to 2025, something stupid's about to happen. Like there's about to be some moving parts that we're gonna lose our minds. I mean, I think
Definitely.
the same thing in Denver, because once Denver gets from under that cap space, it's gonna get really stupid. Something is about to happen, yo. Like you can feel it. You can feel something crazy is about to happen within the next year.
Oh yeah, you can feel something crazy going to happen within the next month. I mean, we there's still draft, there's still trades that can still happen. There's still players that need to be moved, guys that need to be out of the cap space. Teams that need to be in right position for this. So the thing with Denver is, since you spoke on it, they have so many different directions that they can go. They can trade back, they can go a quarterback, they can go defensive player, they can go offensive line. They have so many needs, and so is a lot of other teams. So, and they also have players that they can trade as well. So to get more draft picks, they currently got 8. They can accumulate more, which I would hope they do. But man, it's a whole lot of crazy stuff, like you said, that can happen.
So the Roma Dunze, I don't think he lasts that long. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. I have one quarterback going in the top 10.
What?
I got one. Listen. I'm talking about need right now. This is all about need, right? Listen, if you're Washington, I'm going to give my picks in a second. If you're Washington, right? Terry McLaurin, he's been a great player, great citizen, everything, the ambassador. He's 28 years old. His body's taking hit after hit after hit. He's so close to being next Andre Johnson, it ain't even funny. You got to build an offensive line. I don't think teams like Washington, the Giants, and the Patriots are playing for 2024. I think they're playing for 2024, 25. Meaning not only the draft, because there's a hell of a lot of good quarterbacks coming out next year, but free agency. You got to remember something. There's a good possibility that Justin Herbert, if he sucks this year, because if you look at it, the last time Jim Harbaugh, when he left the 49ers, Colin Kaepernick had just came off a Super Bowl. Justin Herbert was nowhere near a Super Bowl. And Kaepernick had a bad couple of years, and they let him go. If Herbert has 2 bad, not decent years, and he gets hurt again, they're going to think about moving on from him. You're going to have Dak Prescott, who's possibly going to be in free agency. You possibly going to have Aaron Rodgers in free agency. Even at 41, there's going to be some crazy team like, I don't know, the Minnesota Vikings, who could repeat history all over again and bring him in like they brought in Brett Favre. We saw what happened last time a Packers quarterback went to New York.
And then went to the Vikings.
Exactly. And you know what I mean? And then here's the other wild card that nobody's talking about. We're going to get to this topic in a few minutes. Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars were 7-1, 8-1, 8-2. Didn't even make the playoffs. Lost the division to the Houston Texans. If they stink it up and Trevor Lawrence does not prove that he's that generational guy that I thought and said he was going to be, there's a possibility he will not be in Jacksonville. And just remember, when he got hurt last year, when Justin Herbert, not Herbert, but when Trevor Lawrence got hurt last year, they didn't even have a cart for this man. I know high schools that have carts. I remember that. They limped this man off on the field. So yeah. But let me give you mine. All right. So number one. So at number where's my whole graphic? Yeah. So at number one, why is that like that? So number one, we had the Chicago Bears. I had Caleb Williams. At number 2 for the Commanders, I had Olu Fashanu, offensive tackle of Penn State, because they need offensive line help, right? At number 3 with the Patriots, I have them taking Marvin Harrison. I have them taking Marvin Harrison Jr. for this simple reason. they're building towards Shador Sanders possibly or Quinn Ewers. They're building to next year. They don't need to take no damn quarterbacks now because they're going to mess them up like Mac Jones. All right? They do not take no quarterbacks this early if you're the Patriots. Number 4 for the Arizona Cardinals, Malik Neighbors. The Cardinals are a dangerous team coming into this year, Larry. I really like Malik Neighbors going to the Arizona Cardinals. At number 5 with the Giants. At number 5, the Chargers. They need to build an offensive line. I got Joe Alt, offensive lineman from Notre Dame. At number 6 with the Giants, I have Roma Dunze going there. The Giants have a decent receiving core. Now, go pick you a quarterback in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. If you can pop, I've heard rumors of Michael Penix going to the Giants. So in my opinion, that would be a great opportunity for them to have a guy for deep ball. You were just talking about their deep threat the other day from Tennessee. Can you imagine what could happen if he had Michael Penix there in a Giants uniform? At number 7,
good spot for him.
Oh yeah, most definitely. At number 7, I have a surprise for you, Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo. He's a really good cornerback. I think he could do some good things in Tennessee. At number 8, I'm Talise Fuga, offensive tackle from Oregon State. He's really good. I think he'll be good, and he needs to protect Kirk Cousins. At number 9, I'm surprised you missed this name, Larry. Dallas Turner, defensive end. He's got Michael Parsons' ability and speed with a better motor from the defensive end spot. And then at number 10 for the Jets, I got them taking Brock Bowers. I don't have another quarterback because when you really look at the board coming off, you got the Vikings, the Raiders, etc. That's when you start taking the quarterbacks because I think those other teams that I showed you, they have other needs that they need to take care of. Like the Giants don't need to take no quarterbacks right now. Every time the Giants take a quarterback in top 10, they screw up. The Giants are a team where they need to build their they've already built their defense, build your offensive weapons, and then get a quarterback later. You don't need to be picking another Daniel Jones in the top 10. We saw how that went.
That front 7 gonna be nasty. That front gonna be nasty.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. And that's when the Giants usually win is when their front is nasty. So yeah, definitely, yeah. So that's how I feel. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe in this quarterback class. I do believe in the quarterback class. I'm just saying you don't have to go top 10, Larry, to be effective. Sometimes you can go top 10. Patrick Mahomes went in the 10s. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun Watson went in the 10s. It's okay. Lamar Jackson went 32. I mean, if you perform well, you're going to get paid regardless. But I think these guys, it is so critical with fit. Like a guy like Drake May, he does not need to be playing year 1. Maybe not even year 2. He needs a red shirt for like 2 years. And then I think he can be effective.
I understand what you're saying. However, who is the Commanders' current quarterback? Who is the Commanders' current quarterback situation right now?
You're playing for 2025. You're playing for 2025.
Who is their quarterback right now?
It doesn't matter, Larry.
It does matter.
It doesn't, Larry.
It totally matters. You mean to tell me that Commanders fans are going to be sitting here paying tickets to see Marcus Mariota and Jake Fromm?
Larry.
You mean to tell me that?
Larry. This is the problem with Commanders fans all of these years. This is the problem with Commanders fans. They're not patient enough. That's their problem. They're not patient, dude. Like, I don't understand. It's like you got a new owner in there trying to do new things. Be patient because we already know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen if they pick Jaden Daniels and they don't have anybody to protect him. What's going to happen? Where the fans going to start saying? They're going to start giving us these lazy-ass RG3 takes. Oh, my God. He's RG3. Why did we pick him at number 2? He's RG3. And we already talked about the history with certain quarterbacks for Washington anyway. If you're Jaden, let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you exactly what's going to happen with the Commanders, right? They're going to draft Jaden Daniels at number 2, and they're going to pick some hotshot quarterback in the 3rd round who should have been in the 1st. It's like, come on. They did it with RG3. They went and got Kirk Cousins. And as soon as they picked Kirk Cousins, you know what I did? I did this. I said, oh, I know it's about to happen. They do it, bro. I watch their game, all their preseason games all the time. And when the backup does well, oh my God. I mean, that game they played against the Ravens in the preseason, you would have thought that was a damn Super Bowl. And only one team got even remotely close to a damn Super Bowl, and that was the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens don't even got a bridge no more. They don't even matter. You know what? They can take boats. The Commanders got all of the bridges, they got all the boats, they got all that stuff, and they can't even make it to the promised land. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, brother.
Shit, don't make no sense, man.
But these I think if Commanders do not come out with a quarterback, then you are going to see riots in those streets.
Bro,
you're going to see riots
what are you going to riot for? I mean, you had an average quarterback last year who still threw for like 3,000-4,000 yards, and he was average.
And you traded him away. And you traded him away
because they're stupid.
So you mean to tell me that Dan Quinn, to start off his tenure in Washington, and Cliff Kingsbury as his offensive coordinator, you mean to tell me?
Are you talking about the same Dan Quinn who basically quit in his last game as a defensive coordinator? You talking about the same Dan Quinn who changed up his defense for some odd reason in his last game? Let me tell you something, man. I like Dan Quinn. I like this coaching staff. The problem is with Dan Quinn and his offensive coordinator, they don't usually last that long. They last maybe about 3 years. They have a good year here or there. This is going to all be about smart, man. You cannot listen. The Commanders cannot be emotional when it comes to this pick because they are one screw up away from screwing up their franchise for the next 10 years.
I understand it, but if Cliff Kingsbury don't get that, if Cliff Kingsbury go out there with Marcus Mariota in week 1, you know where he's gonna be at week 17? Out the door. New owners. They
never should have got rid of Eric Bieniemy in the first place. They gave this man regular oil and expected him to fix a BMW. I mean, come on, man. They were in games last year.
I wouldn't have gave him up as offense. I would have gave him another year as offensive coordinator. But new coach, new coaches after that. So same thing with New England. Gerard Mayo going into his first year. You think Robert Kraft's going to look at him and say, "Oh, well, we're going in with who was their quarterback?"
Well, no. They did talk about Jacoby Brissett. But listen, that's smart though. Have Jacoby Brissett.
Well, he is there.
But Larry, that's the thing. All of a sudden last year when Jacoby Brissett came in the game, Washington looked half decent. And then all of a sudden he had an injury. He had a mysterious injury. He couldn't play anymore. I mean, Washington looked good when he played, but all of a sudden he had an injury. He couldn't play anymore. You know what I mean? So if I'm Washington, like I said, the reason if I'm Washington that I go offensive lineman, Olu is a dominant offensive lineman. You have to build that lineup. You can't use emotion. You can't listen to the fans. Imagine if Jerry Jones had listened to the stupid Cowboy fans when they wanted to pick Johnny Manziel over Zach Martin. Come on, man. See, this is the fucking problem. This is the fucking problem. All you fans out there with your little emotions. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start calling you people out there. I'm gonna start calling y'all Carl Thomases. I'm so emotional. That's your problem. You're too effing emotional. Instead of making the right pick, you want to get on Facebook and read these fake blogs. You want to look at these little fake Instagram blogs. Listen, guys. Listen to guys like me and Larry. We're the experts. We know what the hell we're talking about. I'm not saying y'all know what you're talking about, but when it comes to sports knowledge, y'all can't touch us. You see this guy, Larry?
Champions of the world.
You can't. Hey, I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm telling you guys. Listen, it's about building your foundation. Now, let me ask all you people out here. Let me ask you a question. Would you build a house? Would you build a house and put $1 million worth of stuff in there if you had no foundation? Would you, Larry? I don't think you would, right?
No, I wouldn't.
Or would you build a house where you know there's mudslides and not get it insured?
No, I wouldn't.
Exactly. Or how about the people who build homes on the beach when they know hurricanes come through? They don't get it insured, and that's their only home in the Carolinas. I mean, on the coast. What is going to happen to you eventually?
It's going to be washed away.
You can get washed away. And that's what's happening to a bunch of you people. You're getting washed away. You're getting washed away by what they're telling you on ESPN. Dan Orlovsky, Mr. Run Out the End Zone himself. He knows so much. But, you know, hey, he's a former NFL player, so what the hell do I know? But, I mean, again, if you're Washington, you cannot use this as emotion. I like a guy like Jaden Daniels. Here's the problem. Yes, he had 50 touchdowns and 4 interceptions? He had 2 all-world wide receivers. Who did Caleb Williams have this year? Remember, his number one went to the NFL. So all he really had was Rice and a bunch of dudes. He still had 30 and 5. Let me ask you this, Larry. What happens if Caleb Williams has Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors? How many touchdowns does he throw for this year?
Oh, they're probably over 50.
50, probably 55, 60.
Yeah.
What happens if Jane, and people have to remember, we cannot discount history, because I did the same thing with Joe Burrow. He was at Ohio State, didn't do well, went to LSU, did great. We can't discount Jaden Daniels at Arizona State. He wasn't that good. He didn't have the weapons, but he had the weapons at LSU. And I know people keep talking about LSU and their SEC. They had to score a lot of points because they were historically bad on defense last year. And yes, he played some really bad teams, but I worry about him in Washington. I really do, because of the history of certain quarterbacks being there and because of his frame. Like, he takes hits. Jaden Daniels tries to be a hero at times. Caleb Williams is Houdini. He can get away from that stuff, like Patrick Mahomes. I just worry. I worry about him.
Question: What offensive? Didn't they sign some offensive linemen, or they signed their own offensive linemen in the offseason?
They signed Tyler Biadasz from Dallas. Washington did. He's good, but he can be beat. I think they signed another one as well, another guy. And, you know, of course, the free agents signings they made. But I'm just not a fan. I told you, I'm not a fan of free agency, for one.
Yeah.
And number two, because I need to see other players going to be cohesive. And we've seen Dan Quinn. I mean, we've seen his story before. I mean, he had Kyle Shanahan, and, you know, they did well for a while, then they went to bed. The new offensive coordinator, he did decent in Arizona, then he went to bed. I mean, come on. Listen, man. I like Dan Quinn, but his track record shows us that he has the inability to be consistent for a long time. And I think that because Dallas didn't give him the head coaching job, I think that he thought he was going to get the job last year. And I think that he knew coming into the last home playoff game, he wasn't going to get the job anyway. Jerry was going to ride with Mike McCarthy. So, I mean,
you think he just blew the game?
I'm not going to say he blew the game, but but I will say this. You remember when the Raiders played the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
And you remember when did you remember when Callahan tore the script up? They love calling it the script, but he tore the game plan up on a Friday. Remember they tore the game plan up on a Friday, and Jerry Rice was just confused.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me the Cowboys played what? They played man-to-man all year. Then all of a sudden they played zone. I mean, I think there's bad blood. I think there is bad blood there, and it's deeper than we know. And for you to go to Washington, especially a team that, think about this. They beat Washington so bad twice. They beat them bad twice. And you could look across the field and say, oh man, I want to go coach that mess. Is it that, or do you want to get back at somebody?
I need some pass rushers first.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, hey, you know you you play well all season, and all of a sudden you're giving up a wide open here, wide open there. I'm just saying. And my question is, and we've seen Dan Quinn before. When he gets frustrated, he gets frustrated. And the game plan. I mean, hey, you're up what 28-3, and you don't run the football in the second half. I mean, hey, I get it's the greatest of all time, but not many people are giving up a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl when you got Freeman and you got Julio Jones and Matt Ryan and a whole bevy of weapons. I think Tony Gonzalez was in the Super Bowl too, wasn't he? What
I
Tony Gonzalez?
believe he was.
He might have been in that Super
Yeah.
Bowl. Tony Gonzalez might have been in that Super Bowl. And like I said, they were dominating. And remember, what's Dan Quinn's what's his forte? What's his bread and butter? Defense. What happened in the second half? The defense did what?
Crumbled.
But yet and still, he keeps getting head coaching jobs. Yet and still, he's got a Super Bowl. Eric Bieniemy's got 2. But hey, it's all good. But getting back to some of the other teams besides Washington, let me go back to some of your picks. Like I said, I apologize about that because I downloaded the old one.
Let me touch on something real quick. The Roma Dunze pick.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's going into the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't know if he's going to last that long. But I feel like if he's available at 9, you're gonna have to get you another pass catcher in there.
So no Dallas Turner. You don't listen, man. If Dallas Turner lasts till number 9, if Dallas Turner lasts till 9, there's no way he's not getting out the top 10. It's got to be either Atlanta. Because see, to me, Atlanta. If Atlanta trades with Minnesota like you have projected, they better be getting a lot. Because Atlanta, if Dallas Turner could be the last missing piece to that Atlanta defense, that Atlanta defense is talented, very talented.
Yeah. You do have a point because after Chicago makes that 9th pick, they only got 2 picks after that. They only got 4 total picks in the draft. So they could trade. They could be smart, trade back and get more picks, and select their pass rusher later on down the line. You can find value later on down the line.
What if Tennessee is not sold on their current quarterback? What if Tennessee? I don't think Tennessee would do it, but what if they're just not sold? What if they're just not sold, or what if they're? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think they're gonna go in with this. They could select, if Spencer Rattler or Joe Milton is available in the 4th, 5th, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I think they could take a chance just in case it's like we're not sure about Will Levis. Okay. Or just in case he gets injured, let's get some insurance in here.
All right, so you have the Penn State Olu Fashanu going to the Jets at 10. Why is that a good pick for you? And could that be the missing piece to protecting Aaron Rodgers?
Tyron Smith, would he sign him a 1-year deal?
Yeah.
He's had some injury concerns.
Yeah.
Over the years,
and let me tell you something. He has a tendency to get beat. I know because I watch him close. He has a tendency, especially against a speed rusher. And they got some decent speed rushers. But this is another thing I was going to tell you. Let's go back to the Patriots. You're talking about Drake May, right? You're the Patriots. The reason I had the pick I had with Marvin Harrison, him or either Malik Neighbors, build that wide receiver room. Get some talent in there. Because you're playing against the Buffalo, you're playing against the Jets, and you're playing Miami. How many division games are you realistically gonna win? One? One if you get the Dolphins in deep December, because we know their asses don't play good in the cold. I mean,
Yeah.
Josh Allen is gonna give you at least 5 chances a game sometimes. So I
Yeah.
mean,
You could sneak one out against the Jets.
yeah, depending if Aaron Rodgers'
But then
Achilles
again,
get
they don't
healthy.
have that Bill Belichick mastermind there anymore. But they got Gerard Mayo, who's been in that system. So, hey.
I mean, well, speaking of the Jets, let's go to our next topic. This is a cool topic, I think. Which team has the most pressure going on in 2024, the Jets or the Jaguars?
I'm going to say, of course, the Jets. I see why you picked the Jaguars. I was looking at for you maybe to pick Buffalo in that situation.
Well, see, I can't really pick Buffalo because, see, the thing is, again, Buffalo and Dallas are in Cap Hill, and they really can't sign nobody. But the only team they talk about is Dallas. I don't get
Yeah.
it. Like, that's all they talk about. They don't talk about Buffalo having to get rid of everybody. I guess because Buffalo was the lovable losers.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say the Jets. Now both teams do have pressure on them, especially when you spoke on earlier with Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
If he does not win some way this year, like it could affect his extension down the line, or a roster spot for next year. But I'm gonna say the Jets though, because with the Aaron Rodgers, trade, he got hurt last year, missed the whole season, so now he's back for another year. You bring in Mike Williams on a $15 million deal. 15 million for 1 year for a player that's been hurt multiple times in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Year-ending injuries. You bring in Hassan Reddick. You just bought him in. What was it, last week?
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
last Thursday, Friday, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
you add this pass rushing ability on that side that he can help Will McDonald, who was a was that, second round pick last year? It was an early round pick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can help him out. You can help him out. And then Isaiah Oliver, a good slot corner. You got 7 picks in this year's draft, 2 inside the top 100. You traded for Morgan Moses. Tyron Smith. You signed him. So it's a lot riding on this Jets team,
Yeah.
and those draft picks got to hit.
Well, see, the thing is that I feel that there's pressure on the Jets. Yes. Problem is that Aaron Rodgers is still loved universally, and Aaron Rodgers, for everything about him, he is the type of guy that he's had some goodwill in the league. So I don't think people have too much to say about the Jets, especially. I mean, they're going to give the Jets a pass this year anyway. If Rodgers comes back and they perform well, they'll give him the excuse and say, "Oh, he popped his Achilles. He's 40 years old. Let's give him to next year." Blah blah blah. They'll give him the excuse. Now, speaking of free agency, the Jacksonville Jaguars got all the way to the NFC AFC divisional game last year. They have the chosen one in Trevor Lawrence, but you know what his numbers were, Larry, this year? 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
Mm.
That's not generational. I remember a guy in Dallas had 23 and 15, and everybody damn near lost their mind. So let me go through these things, man, because this is very important. So week 1 they beat the Colts, they lose to the Chiefs. Week 2, okay, 17-9. I'm not too upset with that. Then they lose to the Texans 37-17. This is how we knew that the Texans were for real. In this game, C.J. Stroud 280, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Right. Then you beat the Falcons, who have no quarterback. They beat the Buffalo Bills at Buffalo. Well, it was an overseas game, but still they beat the Buffalo Bills. Trevor Lawrence had 315. Josh Allen had 359. Okay, you go to the Colts, you beat them. You beat the Saints in a still very weird game. Remember that Saints game? How weird that game was.
That was a
Like,
Thursday nighter.
yeah, it just didn't make any sense. At that point, and then they go into Pittsburgh and they beat the Steelers, who I had Mitch Trubisky. They have Russ now, so they have a real quarterback. So let's go through their schedule. So let's go through this from September until October 29th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-2, Larry. 6-2. These dudes was balling. It was all good just a week ago, and then guess what happened? Guess what happened, Larry?
What happened?
Hold on. Keep laughing. You gonna like this. Week 12, Sunday, November the 12th, 2024. They got 23. They got absolutely obliterated by the 49ers, 34-3. Damn.
Came on the East Coast.
Man, see, they were just balling a week ago. You know, they was up in the Lexus. They had all the bricks in the trunk, and now they sitting in the county with no bail. Should have listened to what Jay-Z said, you dumbasses.
That was that game that the 49ers supposed to come on the East Coast and have a little trouble, but nah, they came over. And
Trevor Lawrence, 17 of 29, 185, 2 picks, no touchdowns. Brock Purdy, 296, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Then the week after that, they beat the Titans. So now they're 7-3. They beat the Texans at Houston. They're now 8-3. They enter December. Damn, bro, I said 8-3, right? So they're 8-3 now. They're 8-3, and at this point, they're leading the division. They're balling out. And you got the Bengals without Joe Burrow. You're going against Jake Browning. You about to win this game, right? No, you give up 354 yards, 1 touchdown.
Career game for the kid.
To Jake Browning, yeah. Trevor Lawrence, 258, 2 touchdowns. 8 less pass attempts. Wow. Then you go to the Browns and you allow Joe Flacco to throw for 311 yards. In fact, here's the funny part. Joe Flacco, 26 of 45, 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Trevor Lawrence, more completions, more attempts, 20 of 58, 28 of 50, 257, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Ooh. So you had more completions and more attempts, and you had what? What was that? 50? What was that? 50? 54 yards less? That's unacceptable. Then you go to the Ravens, and they come to you on a Sunday night, and they embarrass you 23-7. They just embarrass you. Then you go to Tampa, and you let Baker Mayfield earn his contract, his new contract. Trevor Lawrence was 17 of 29, 211, a touchdown, 2 picks.
That defense is booty juice too. So.
It was, but their defense has been good for years. But still, they pay a lot of money to their offense, though.
Yeah.
Then you play the Panthers. You beat them 26-0. Then you have an opportunity to make the playoffs in the last game of the season. And what do? You allow Derrick Henry to run for 153 yards on 19 carries, and you allow Ryan Tannehill 17 of 26, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. You had Trevor Lawrence. You had an offense. The Jets had effing Zach Wilson. What the fuck is your excuse? I'm talking to you, Jacksonville. Yeah, Duval. Shut this shit up. Talking about some Duval. I ain't got no issues with Duval, but what I do have a problem with is you guys are way too talented for this. There's no reason you shouldn't have won a division last year. No reason whatsoever. You got Trevor Lawrence. You got all these offensive weapons. Evan Ingram finally came into his own. Y'all can't do nothing with it. Y'all can't Duval. Y'all can't do nothing with it. You guys got talent. You got a generational quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. And what's going to end up happening? Trevor Lawrence is going to end up leaving Jacksonville. He's going to go somewhere and he's going to play better. The culture there sucks at times. And that's just the bottom line. Talk to him, Larry. Am I off?
No, you're not. Oh, and they also had Calvin Ridley last year, too, who early part of the year. I think
and then guess what? And then guess what he did? They supported him. They brought him back. He was like, oh, we want to treat you good. Guess what he did? He gone.
He went to Tennessee.
He went to Tennessee. What does that tell you? And you know something?
He went to the division rival in which, the other division rival guy who just left there always had success against Jacksonville, Derrick Henry. So, and you look at this year's transaction they did in the offseason, you extended Josh Allen. Is that for a second straight year? So are you going to pay this guy or not?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. Doug Peterson is a really good coach. He's a really good coach, and he did some wonders last year. But you have to wonder, is he one of those bridge coaches where he'll look good for a couple of years and then you'll start wondering, man, can we really win with him long term?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. He's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, but
you extend Ezra Cleveland. Okay, then here's the kicker right here. You're gonna enjoy this. So Doug Peterson, right?
Yeah,
Doug Peterson. Yeah. He was a quarterback in the league when he was in the league. So
for the Eagles, for the Philadelphia Eagles, yeah.
But yeah, so also he could be also a quarterback's coach somewhere, in that building. He's not actually quarterback's coach. He's actually the coach, but he can coach up the quarterback.
Yeah.
Who did they trade for this year? I'm not saying Mac Jones is going to be in any kind of, I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence is going to be looking over his shoulder, but
no, they did that for a reason. And you know something? And you know what? And I think what bothers me most about that decision, and this is why I keep telling people, do not devalue the quarterback, because if you look at it, Larry, the NFL is trying to devalue the quarterback position. They're trying to do it, meaning they're trying to have these two quarterback systems. They're trying to make it so where after your fourth or fifth year, they can get rid of you and bring in a rookie. Mac Jones is cheap. So and if you look at Doug Peterson, when's the last time he had a backup who he could train and rely on? Philadelphia.
Nick Foles.
Nicholas Foles. I'm not going to talk about any parts other of Nick Foles. That's for Eagles and their disgusting minds. I still to this day do not understand what the hell was wrong with those people. Like I look at some comments online. I'm like, are you guys kidding me right now? You're really talking about another grown man like this? But you know what? Hey, again, this is sports. People are emotional. People drink a lot, consume a lot of salt and sugar, and then their minds aren't all there. But I don't think the Jaguars' mind was all there either when they made this decision. Because what happens the moment Trevor Lawrence gets hurt and Mac Jones comes in and plays well? Number two, you know who that? Number two, This is Doug Peterson's way of sticking to Belichick twice. He beat him in the Super Bowl with a backup, and now he's going to get his quarterback. And what happens if his quarterback starts to look good under him? Damn. Damn. So you mean to tell me that Mac Jones, who played under Nick Saban of all people, could not be successful in the NFL? Is that because you gave him a defensive coordinator as an offensive coordinator? Damn. Is that why you don't have a coaching job right now, Big Bill Belichick? Damn. Whew. And we know Nick Saban's got pulled. We know Nick Saban's still got pulled in the league. I mean, yeah. So Trevor Lawrence. So I'm just saying, there's as we talked about at the beginning of this segment of this show, there are teams who would not mind their quarterback leaving out the door because there's possibly a Trevor Lawrence that could be free. And there are two teams in the NFC East, Giants, Cowboys, possibly the Commanders. Hell, they listen. There's no guarantee that Jalen Hurts is going to be great this year. They could get up under his shit too. I'm just saying. Listen, man, this is what I'm trying to basically say in the nicest way possible. In the NFL, especially now, not for long, is the truth. And the reason I say that is because this. Not only do you have these high schools playing more games in high school, they're playing year round, 7-on-7. They're going to be making them play 1,000 college football games now. These dudes ain't going to last until 32, 33.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these dudes' bodies, the days of Tom Brady playing till he's 82, that ain't gonna work no more. Jerry Rice playing till he's 43,
Not
dominating
at
people.
all.
No, it's not gonna happen. So if again, I think the pressure is on Jacksonville. You got to protect this young man and you got to develop him better because 14 interceptions and 21 touchdowns is unacceptable. Do you understand me? It's unacceptable.
Yep.
But at least with the Jets played hard last year, man. The Jets played hard. And poor Zach Wilson, I mean, first of all, why they drafted him that high anyway was stupid. But yeah, they're gonna give Aaron Rodgers a pass. Even if Aaron Rodgers comes out and sucks this year, they're gonna give him a pass. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's considered one of the greatest of all time, blah, blah, blah.
You know what? That Zach Wilson kid in New York. There's a coach out there in Denver who I wouldn't mind taking a late seventh round trade for him. They don't seem to be letting him go anytime soon. So yeah, I'm just saying.
Larry.
Who was his offensive coordinator?
God damn it, Larry. Let me say what I got to say. You are fucking genius. You are a genius. I'm going to tell you why. A couple years back, if you remember, he went to BYU, right? I said that he needs to stay out west. He needs to be in a small, Denver's not small by any means, but he needs to be in a quiet area where he can focus on football. When Zach Wilson went to New York or New Jersey, wherever the hell you want to call it, I called this. He had no business going to New York. A guy playing out, it's way too big for him. He needs to be and like again, Denver's not a small market, but out in Denver, a Minnesota, something like that, something where he won't get distracted. You know what I mean? So I think a 7th round pick for Zach Wilson to go to Denver and for him to learn under Sean Payton, oh, that would be a real bit. That would be a great project. But at the same time, I'm going to say it's about the Jets. I picked the Jaguars. Let me say it's about the Jets. It wouldn't shock me if a quarterback failed to the Jets that they wouldn't draft him. You know why? Because Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna be there forever. I mean, he quits. I mean, he quits every 6 months anyway.
I mean, bro, what's the timeline there? What, 2 years?
Bro, you know something that's crazy to me? What if Aaron Rodgers came out in June and said he's retiring? Oh my God. Oh my God. Because
I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you remember last season they said, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers might return from the"? Whoever was putting those reports out had to be really not. I was watching The Water Boy. Whoever was putting the reports out was on The Water Boy's level, because, bro, you're not coming back from an Achilles that quickly. And this the same guy who got suspended for conspiracy theories like Kyrie Irving, but except he didn't get the same flack as Kyrie Irving. But that's not a story. That's not a story for another day.
It burned my eyes. It burned my eyes seeing him out there because the Jets were on TV. But it just burned my eyes just seeing him out there. That the camera's on him. I wonder, is he coming back? Is he a week away from coming back? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real here.
Yeah. But I know you don't like me bringing his name up, but I'm just gonna have to do it. I mean, Aaron Rodgers went to 1 Super Bowl. Russell Wilson went to 2. Two. So I mean, one guy said that he is way better than Russell Wilson ever was. Well, every time I saw Russell Wilson play Aaron Rodgers, he beat him in an NFC Championship game, this game, that game. I mean, Aaron Rodgers couldn't get it done against Tom Brady when he had him at home. He can't ever beat the 49ers. He don't even try to do that. I mean, listen, all the 49ers got to do is get to the Super Bowl against the Jets and they'll win. Guaranteed. The 49ers will get that Super Bowl if they just get Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl. I guess. I don't know. But
I can
again,
believe it.
yeah, well, like I said, you got the Jets, I got the Jaguars. Now all we need is the draft to hurt and be over, and then we need to schedule. We need to schedule so we can see who the hell who's gonna be playing who.
Couple other questions regarding the Jaguars. How do you feel about the Gabriel Davis edition, and how do you feel about the Eric Armstead edition?
Gabriel Davis and Eric Armstead. Again, I think it's all about system. How are these guys you're going from San Francisco where you are disciplined, where you know your role and you know that you have to do certain things in a structure or you won't play. Jacksonville is like, oh, go play, go play. It's just like when you go to a high school and it's just like there's no structure in the football program. It's like, oh, do whatever, go play. And then you get to another school district that has like a stadium and they have like real assistant coaches who are paid, and you have to do certain things like you're in college. That's the difference. So it's two different systems. I think he'll be decent. Do I think he'll be as good as he was in San Francisco? No. Because first of all, it ain't the same thing. I mean, you're going from San Francisco, the Bay Area, San Fran, that big old Golden Gate Bridge, to Jacksonville.
Mm.
I mean, no offense to Jacksonville. I mean, it's Jacksonville. It's northern Florida. It ain't South Florida. It's northern Florida. And you can get into some trouble up there too.
Yeah, I heard it was rough.
Yeah, Jacksonville can get pretty rough. So yeah. Jets wise, what do you think? What do you think Aaron Rodgers will do this year? Honestly. It's hard. I know. It's hard.
Yeah. 9 games. Win 9 games. It also depends on the health of Mike Williams.
Can his body?
I feel the run game will be good with Breece Hall as long as he stays healthy.
You know, that's the biggest question for the Jets. Can they stay healthy? That's the biggest if. You know what? You know what the Jets should do? The Jets should start their own game show. If. Let's call it If. If, starring Aaron Rodgers and Mike Williams. What happens if they stay healthy? What happens if? Oh, shut up. Shut the hell up. All right, let's go to our next topic. Let's see. How many we got left? Oh, shit. This is our third, fourth topic. Then we're going to go to our Get Pissed No Holds Barred. 2 more topics. Let's go to this. I made this. Who is the worst fan base? Look at him. Look at old Sammy. Look at Sammy. He looks all depressed. What's wrong with Sammy there? Who is the worst?
Looks like a Bronco fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I got an app and they gave me some options. So I picked Sammy here. Oh, Sammy. So, Larry, don't disappoint me. Please don't do it to me. Who's the worst fan base?
You really want me to do this to you? I hate to do this to you.
You know what, Larry? Yeah. You know what, Larry? You know what? Go ahead, go on the solo. I'm walking away. I don't care anymore.
I don't have a problem with the Cowboys.
You know what?
I don't have a problem with the Cowboys at all because every time Denver plays them, I mean, you know, we beat them. So, but this ain't about them. This is about, you know, you have fans like you.
But what happened in the Super Bowl? What happened in the Super Bowl though?
Yeah, we wasn't even thinking about football then, man.
I was around. I'm like 50 years old. I'm Benjamin Button. I'm Benjamin Button.
Oh, okay. But I'm a
clone like Gucci Mane.
The fans like you and a couple other fans, you get it because you understand that it's levels to this, and y'all haven't been at this level in quite some time. But then there's the other Cowboy fans.
The other guys.
You know which ones I'm talking about. You
Oh
know
yeah,
which ones I'm talking about.
I know.
We going this our year. We going to the Super Bowl and all that. Man, shut it up, please, please. They are one of the I would say one of the worst fan bases, especially when it comes to winning. Like when y'all get those wins, like in the when y'all in the middle part of the season and you're
I had to
winning
hit you
nine
with the
and ten,
sensor.
yeah. They're winning 9 and 10 games, and it's like, man, y'all feeling real good. We're gonna win the East, and then
Say something else. Say something else disrespectful about the Cowboys. Say something else.
I ain't want to get censored. But you not only just the Cowboys though. You gotta put the Eagles in there too. And you can
Oh
censor me
God,
too.
yes.
You can censor me too because I just put I said the slight F. But you could put the Eagles in there too, man. Like those fans, just for you winning one Super Bowl.
Hey, before you hit the F bomb, give me the one. Give me the one. Give me the one, like Roman Reigns. Hey, I seen the Rock the other night. He said the F word and it was epic. So give me the one and give me the two.
The fucking Cowboys and the
Oh
fucking
God.
Eagles. but
Cool,
but
man. You gotta give me 5-second warning for the two.
but but I'm gonna leave the Cowboy fans alone. But the Eagles, I'm gonna tell you, man, pipe down, bro. Win at least another one before we start talking, smack like this. I mean, but they can't help it because they're Eagle fans. I think over the years, I think the Eagle fans have overtaken the Cowboy fans' spot as like the most annoying fan base.
Wow. Come on, man. You can't say that out loud, man. Eagles fans they'll fly.
Fucking fly.
Okay. So, in the famous words of Skip Bayless, my turn. My turn. It's like a petulant child. My turn.
I remember that, man.
Oh shit.
It sounded like a kid that didn't get his way.
Exactly. Okay, so here's the graph again, folks. Who is the worst fan base? Damn. You know what? I would say my Miami Hurricane fan base because, man, we have some of the wackiest fans. I'm gonna go Philadelphia Phillies. And I'm gonna tell you why. Every year,
I understand why you say it.
every year, this team is the NC State of baseball. They don't know what the hell they're doing in the regular season. It's like they're just flying and just, they're just going through the motions. Then all of a sudden they get to the postseason. And it's like, damn, they remembered what their sport they were playing. I mean, but you got a guy like Bryce Harper, and I had to give Bryce Harper his props. But dude, you got paid, and I'm not counting nobody's money, but he got paid well over $300 million. You're supposed to be in the NLCS. Y'all got more talent than the Braves. You're supposed to be in the NLCS. You're supposed to be winning World Series championships. Like what? I mean, yeah, you got to the NFC, the ALCS, and the NLCS. What do you want, a cookie? Have you seen your payroll? That's what you should be doing, dude. Like, come on now.
I feel like you're not, by you being a Cowboy fan, and I understand because you're not a biased fan. Like you very professional about it, but I feel like you don't. You pay attention to the rivalries, but it's like you're not hard on those rivals. Like you respect the rivals, but it's like you don't go in on your rivals like I imagine that you would.
I mean, no, I mean, look, man, listen, like the only time I go hard on my rivals is when I'm playing with CJ. And only time I go hard on my rivals is when I got CJ in the 6-4 and we go into ballers territory. And we go into ballers territory. I mean, listen. Those are some of the most intense games and times. Let me tell you something. When you unleash the gang war cheat code, you better be ready to play. You better be ready to play. But seriously though, like I mean, it's just like okay, so because honestly, man, like I don't look at the NFL or sports anymore as real rivalries. Like back in the day when you had I mean, you talk about this, the AFC Central, when you had Baltimore, when you had the Jaguars, Tennessee, etc. That was a rivalry. When Ray Lewis and Eddie George went head to head, that was a rivalry. Now, bro, dudes are hugging out the games. They're switching jerseys. They're going to each other's teams. You got Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles.
Mm,
Bro, didn't Saquon just hit them up for like 700 yards in a game?
hmm.
Not literally. I mean, of course, I gotta preface
Yeah,
that because it's people out there that would take me literally. But he
yeah.
destroyed them, and then he goes there. Like you,
Can you blame him?
but bro, that never would have happened years ago. But you know what? When Jeremiah Trotter went, I'm gonna tell. That's why when Jeremiah Trotter said his son, he would never wear a Cowboys jersey even if his son was drafted by the Cowboys. I knew that was cap years ago because he went to the Redskins at the time and he got big money. And guess what happened? His career went from this to death to this. That's why I
Mm.
said fit matters. Fit is so important.
But if his son went to the Commanders, he wouldn't feel that way either.
I mean, he should because his career went into. Listen, when he went to the Commanders, tank. His career went into the tank. Yeah,
Mm.
he should feel that way. I mean, look at all the people that have been to Commanders who their careers been down. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
true.
You know what I mean? And like I said, I have nothing against the Commanders. I'm just giving the hardcore facts. It just is what it is. So I mean, hey, what can you say? Now
So,
let's
so
go.
is the Phillies your only team?
Um, like I said, the Miami Hurricanes fan base is pretty bad in football. I love Miami, but that's my team. Man, we have you ever been on a message board or seen anything Miami Hurricane wise?
No.
It gets rough, man. It gets bad. That's all I can say. It gets very bad. Um um the Cowboys. The Cowboys fan base is horrible. Horrible at times. There are times I
Yeah,
want to quit. There are times I want to quit the team.
yeah, Denver too.
Yeah.
Especially on those Twitter posts, and you see all the fans. I mean, I'm a fan just like them. I'm tired of losing just like them. But
Mm-hmm.
just some of the draft analogies or the free agent analogies, like the couch coaches on there, just some of them are crazy though.
Um, I, I I don't know, man. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But it looks like the race at Richmond just finished up. Let's
Damn.
see. I think yeah. I think they just finished up. Let me see. I think they just finished up and they were at Richmond. But it looks like our guy Bubba Wallace was number 2.
Oh
Man, it looks like he was I think so. It looks like Denny Hamlin, and then we had Bubba Wallace. Let me see. But I'm trying to get some updates, but NASCAR is so popular. It's hard to find it.
Man, the nation needs to be out there in full limousines, just waiting on him, presidential style.
Yeah.
You know what we talked about earlier this week.
Yeah, most definitely. So here's my so let me ask you. So I'm are you ready for this graphic right here?
Yeah.
2 legends of the game right here, baby.
Wow. Wow.
Yo, why does Bubba Wallace look like what's the dude's name? Why do you look like Ricky Bobby right there? He look like Ricky Bobby.
It's very happy.
He looks very happy.
Very happy.
Very happy. Very happy.
Like not an ounce of swag anywhere.
No swagger.
Wow.
Absolutely no. I think the race is still going on. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't care because I do, because shout out to Beck Cunningham and Christina Rillo. They are covering NASCAR for us. My favorite NASCAR song is the one from Uncle Ruckus. Remember Uncle Ruckus's NASCAR song? NASCAR. Remember Uncle Ruckus wrote the NASCAR song, but he couldn't perform it because he was black. Bruh. I knew. Oh God. Okay, so the question, everybody, tonight is I know this is gonna be controversial. Does NASCAR need a real one? Because the reason I'm asking is because you look at Angel Reese. America loves a good race story. America loves a story about a thugged out or person who's controversial. They could be black, they could be white, but mostly they like the black person who's controversial. Why? I don't know. I don't know why, but give me your thoughts, Larry, about does NASCAR need a real one? So that Stephen A. Smith can talk about him, and talk about the children.
I feel like they do. I feel like they need at least I don't know how many fights happen in NASCAR a year. I feel like every year there's at least somebody fighting, a disagreement going on in NASCAR with some guy. I haven't been following NASCAR since Smoke left, since Tony Stewart left, and those Jeff Gordon days and the days when Kyle Busch.
Tony Stewart's that dude, man.
Yeah, one of my favorite drivers. So the days when Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch, I believe, were going at it. But yeah, I do believe that if NASCAR had that bad boy in there, as controversial as it would be in these days and times, you do need that bad boy to come in there with his shirt off or his cowboy hat or chewing tobacco, talking shit, and you need that type of dude to come up in there. I'm going to win this race, and that's how it's going to be. That Stone Cold Steve Austin type of attitude, and then he goes out and wins. I feel like the NASCAR dude does need that type of figure in there, because then that creates buzz and it creates the ratings, and more people will want to go to the races and tune into the races. So yeah, who is that going to be? I don't know.
Steve Harvey. I mean, listen, Steve Harvey's been a guest show judge. He's done everything. You know, all he got to do. I mean, listen, that mustache can take him anywhere. DC Young Fly. Who else? 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent drives fast. Diddy.
Man, he's about to get canceled. So.
Oh God. Oh shit. Let me see. Oh, Adam Pac-Man Jones.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
J.C. Williams.
What if Nature Boy Ric Flair? Don't censor me. Don't. Championship pedigree, man.
You know what? The words I just said. Did you just say the Nature Boy Ric Flair?
Yes, the championship pedigree.
Are you talking about that skeleton who can barely move in AEW?
Let's go back though. Let's go back. Back when he was probably, screwing 10 women a night. Imagine him coming off of a Talladega race.
Man, what you doing? An R&B song? This is what we'll do. We're gonna go back, way back in time. No, baby, no, baby. I can't sing. So, I mean, that's the thing. It feels like sports likes that controversial figure that they can gravitate to, who's like really controversial. I mean, we've had an NFL from the T.O.s to the Stephon Diggs to the Johnny Mans. I mean, we've had Baker Mayfields, even though he tried to run from the cops and they chased his ass down within 5 seconds. They wouldn't have done it. Michael Vick would have been gone. He was like a Ferrari. I mean, you've had in baseball, arguably when you had Barry Bonds and Manny Ramirez. I mean, everybody was mad at them all the time. Roger Clemens. NHL, you could probably say Yarmer Yager. I mean, Yarmer Yager was good, but Jeremy Roenick, you remember him from the Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, from the Flyers back in the day. You had Bill Romanowski, who was a villain. I mean, Some people say Denny Hamlin's a villain. I don't really look at anybody in NASCAR as a villain. I mean, and I don't really see Bubba Wallace. I don't see Bubba Wallace ruffling any feathers, even though he had the "I can't breathe," like he was Rod Wave. I can't breathe. Well, that was a serious situation, but still, I mean, you could tell all that was for publicity.
We gotta ask Becca Cunningham who she think is like who she think falls in that category is like the controversial racer in today.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when Jeff Gordon was out there, and you had guys like Dale. Okay, so when Dale Earnhardt died, it really screwed the sport up, right? And his son did not take the mantle well.
No.
His son didn't take the mantle well. So, you can't tell me. And for Bubba Wallace, I mean, what is there not to like? I mean, he's Bubba Wallace. He drives a 23 car, Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I would like to see another figure of this. You know,
Yeah.
maybe not the and I'm not trying to get canceled here, but maybe not the guy that I said the other day, but maybe and I want to see your face when I say this. Maybe Don King. Promoting races, baby.
Okay. How about this? How about this? Mike Tyson, a 10-race deal. He's allowed to punch you and bite you if he gets mad.
Oh man, he's killing somebody, man.
Can you imagine Mike Tyson?
You're not gonna have a racer at the end of the race, man.
Can you imagine Mike Tyson in a NASCAR? This motherfucker he's going 300 miles an hour.
He's not even gonna follow the guidelines or anything like that, man. He's just gonna be just
look, man. Look, he gonna be hitting crew chiefs.
Man.
He gonna be yo, bro. They gonna have the cops on the actual racetrack. He gonna be going in circles.
Remember that picture of him in the ring and you had the cops on the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be something like this, and him in a racing suit.
You know what he gonna do? He gonna race with his draws. He gonna why eat chicken wings? God damn.
But instead of a couple of police officers, you're gonna have the National Guard out there.
Oh shit! Come on, man! Come on, bro! Come on, bro!
It's gonna be real serious, man.
Come on, bro!
Be real serious.
Come on, bro!
They're gonna have to have the National Guard out there after Jake Paul knocks him out in this fight that they're gonna be whenever the hell the fight is.
Hey, you know what I want to? You know what NASCAR should do? They should make Phil Farrakhan the Grand Wizard, the Grand Marshal for the day. You think they'll do it?
Absolutely not.
Ladies and gentlemen, boo! You, blah, blah, blah. Start your engines.
This is for all you scared Negroes.
Oh, how about this? How about they bring Dr. Umar Johnson in for the education department? The education department of NASCAR. Come on, bro. Do it.
This is
bad.
This is very, very bad.
I got a couple options. Why not put Charleston White behind the wheel?
Shit, you better all censoring. Nah, that ain't gonna work. There's
Why did I count down? Because, well, nothing makes any sense right now.
you got so many women and babies out there. Nah,
God.
that guy he doesn't need to be out there.
Okay, so we keep talking about diversity,
don't bring
right?
this guy back.
We keep talking about diversity, right? Why don't we get what's the dude's name? I know who we could get to drive the car. Brittany Griner. Come on. What about that?
They're gonna need to cut it. They're gonna need to cut a hole in the roof because I don't think she's gonna be able to fit in there.
Cut it.
She's damn well. She what 7 foot?
Cut it. Bricks is way too high. You need to cut it. It's Dolph.
What's her height?
Shit. She's like 8'7". She's like 8 feet. She's like 8 feet, dog.
That ain't gonna work.
Brittany Griner like 8 feet. if she stand on Kim Mulkey's phone book, she's at least 9 feet.
Yeah.
What about Angel Reese? What about Angel Reese?
Oh man, she'll be canceled before the first race.
Oh shit! Can you imagine? She get out the car and she talking shit to somebody and they're like,
those folks be ready to get her Get her out. Get her out. I was about to cuss, but those folks be ready to get her up out of here, man. She wouldn't be able to touch the track.
Ah, man. Okay. What if Jay-Z sponsored a car? Who would be his driver? Who would Jay-Z's driver be?
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Memphis Bleak.
Mm.
What if Michael Jordan said, "You know what? I want to be really competitive, and I want to get in the car." You think Mike would win some races?
He is competitive. He
I
might.
mean, yeah.
He might be putting a wager on it too.
Hey, can you
As
imagine
much as
Mike?
he like to gamble.
Hey, can you imagine Mike before the race? He comes to the tent. He says, "All right, now y'all mufflers, listen to me right now. I'm Michael Jordan. I got yellow eyes, and my fingernails are long, but they sturdy. If y'all go around with me, I'm gonna do y'all like they just do in the westerns. I'm gonna put all y'all to sleep. So I'm gonna go first, and y'all better listen to me, cause I'm Michael Jordan. I'm great, Michael Jordan."
You think he ever bet on games back in there?
Say it again.
On his games? You
Oh, you
think he ever
damn
bet
right he
on his games?
did. You damn right, man. Come on now. It's like Shohei Ohtani telling me that he don't know when his accounts are. Come on, bro. Come on, man. But see, David Stern was such a visionary, and he was so appreciative of what Michael Jordan did. You damn right he probably bet on his games. Come on now. I'm trying to think of one more race car drive before we go to the last segment. Damn. Oh, the martial artist Jay White. He could probably do it.
Who?
Jay White, the dude who's a martial artist.
Oh, Michael J. White.
Yeah, Michael J. White. Yeah. He could probably do it.
Yeah,
You know.
he can kick some ass.
Yeah, you know. Hey, Shannon Sharp can't walk no more, but he can show as hell drive. Hey, look, dog on one hand, hand on the steering wheel.
Be talking smack after. Mouth just going.
Ah, dang. All right, Larry. It is time, sir, for the last segment of the day. And I ain't got no graphic for it still, but you know what? That's okay.
I
Because
found it. I feel like
yeah,
I found it.
yeah. So this is the last topic of the day, folks. And basically what it is it's uncensored. You know, get pissed off. Say what you want. Say what you feel. Do I need to censor you?
Yeah, you probably need
You know
to.
what? You know what? You know what? This is a free segment. Do what you do with the blimp.
Let's do WCW uncensored. Let's do that. So Friday on SmackDown, and for those people that follow wrestling, me and Rob, we talked about this. So the card for WrestleMania is next week. Hope you guys are watching. The card looks pretty fair. You know, you got the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, got the tag team match against Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, and then you got the match the next night, depending on the stipulation from the tag team match. So the main event on SmackDown was what was it? Bianca Belair and Naomi. I
No, it
believe
was
they were.
Bianca Belair. It's Bianca Belair against Dakota
Yeah,
Kai.
Bianca Belair against Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai. She's not even the same level as her, but whatever.
Right, Dakota Kai. So then Naomi came out first. Why? And then
Because she's amazing.
I'm a man. Oh yeah. Then Jade, the long-awaited arrival of Jade Cargill. Now I was disappointed early on in the show because they had this long ass just segment with her on the contract signing, of which it should have been happened. But at the end of the show, I do believe after all the chaos had happened, you had the three women pointing up at the WrestleMania sign. So, are we messing up this WrestleMania card with the Oscar, Kyrie Sane, and what's the chick's name, Dakota Kai, going against Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair? I'm very pissed about this card. About this match, because WrestleMania is a pay-per-view where all the titles should be on the line. Now every title was on the line but the tag team titles. When all you had to do was put Jade, Bianca against the Kabuki Warriors. We all know who was going to win that. But yet, here we go, WWE, you screw it up. And I understand you're not going to get every match right, but you screw this up. And this is probably going to be what, a 3-minute to 6-minute match. In and out. Let's get these women in. Let's get them out. Why even waste our time with this crap?
Yeah.
Then Bobby Okay, I don't even see Bobby Lashley on the card for WrestleMania.
Wow.
But if he is going to be on the card, I feel like it's going to be Bobby and those damn Street Profits against Karrion Kross and the AOP, which will be I feel like it'll be a decent match.
Hey, give them their credit. They're the authors of pain.
They are. They should be somewhere in the tag team title picture, but they're not. But I feel like this is going to be the same situation. It's going to be a 5-minute window to a 7-minute window match. Once again, just wasting the talent of these WWE superstars. Solo Sikoa is going to his second WrestleMania, and he doesn't even have a damn match. What in the hell is going on here? I seen you look up because you thought I was going to have to censor. What in the hell are we doing here?
It's crazy, man. I mean, hey, at least the Rock's gonna be there, right? After he nearly killed Cody Rhodes last week.
I love the ass kicking. Oh, you should be mad at Facebook when you say kick his ass, Rock, or whip his ass, Rock, and then they just.
I can't be too mad for reasons I can't say, but well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my turn. Again, like Skip Bayless, my turn. I was gonna make a diss track tonight, but I ran out of time. I was gonna say some very disparaging things, but you know what I'm gonna do, ladies and gentlemen? This is all I'm gonna say to that individual who decided to call me a clown. You hurt my feelings tonight, and what you need to understand is I can't read or write. So you called a disabled person a clown. You know what that makes you? That makes you a bad person, mister.
Makes you a bully.
That makes you're a bully. And you know what? I don't understand. I don't like bullies. I mean, look at me. I'm a small guy. I can't defend myself. I can't read or write. Larry, what's 2 + 2? I don't know. 5. So, Mr. De La Ghetto, I'm not going to say your real name because I can't spell. You hurt my feelings tonight, and you calling me a clown, and then you're telling me to go to LinkedIn.com. What is a LinkedIn? What am I linking to?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, listen, this is what I want to do. Okay, this is what I want to do from Mr. De La Ghetto. Okay. This is for you, sir, because you know what? I think we got off on the wrong foot. We never met each other, but this is what I want to say to you, sir. This is what I want to say to you. First of all, motherfucker, I'm published every single week. I'm one of the best out there. I'm one of the best journalists out there. I take some of the best pictures. I'm the man. And this is what you can do, sucker. You can suck it 2-3 times. Peace, sucker.